Okay, so first of all, you're not allowed to say anything. Oh my god, it's so weird to look at. So if you haven't already noticed, I cut my hair. It was very long. I'd been growing it out for maybe 2 or so-ish years, and the whole pandemic thing was kind of a great excuse to. So I just had an immediate answer everyone would accept whenever anyone asked why I'm not getting a haircut yet, and that's just because virus. But usually, the actual reason why I didn't want to cut my hair for so long is because, for one thing, I personally find it to be the pain in the ass to get done. And the other reason is because apparently, and I don't remember this, but when I was very young, my mother tried to give me a haircut, and when she was cutting around here, around my right ear, this ear, she cut it, and that's the explanation that I've had so far of why I have this weird like instinct thing. There's sometimes during the course of a haircut, usually when they're cutting around this area or the back of my neck. Or for some reason, like spraying my hair with water. I don't know. But there's a part of my back around this area. You can't see it, but you get what I mean. Around this area, it tenses up and it causes my whole body to shake, which is annoying for me to have to feel. But it probably sucks for the people trying to cut my hair because it's like, just twitching. And it's not on purpose, obviously. The only solution I ever found to it was to ball up my fist and then put it behind and put the knuckles where the area is that spasms and just press really hard into it, and that usually works. It still happens sometimes, but it's usually not as bad. That's the main reason I'm going to get a haircut. But since it was so long, I decided to finally get a haircut and actually donate it. So because my hair was more than 12 inches long, so I cut off a lot of it, donated it, and then I got a new hairstyle for the short hair. So I mean that's that. But I've been talking way too long about this hair bullshit. Excuse me. But anyway, we're here to start with a brand new series. This was the series that won the poll. Actually, did pretty well in the poll. I'm not gonna show off the results or whatever, just because I don't feel like it. Also, I probably would feel compelled to explain a lot of things that I don't need to explain, because a lot of you probably don't care about, the back end of things and how exactly things are decided. But the Daily Lives of High School Boys didn't necessarily win by a huge margin, but a pretty, decent margin. Like, it won pretty good. That's not... that's a terrible way to describe it. But, all I know about the series is that it's a slice-of-life comedy, obviously, about high school boys. And I might be able to point out some bits that I've seen in like clips in like meme videos or something, but I will only really recognize them if I see them in the actual episode. So you have to wait and see which scenes I've potentially already seen in sort of meme things. I don't know. I guarantee it's very little of the actual series though. But without further ado, oh wait, no, actually another thing. I wonder if there's going to be anything like Asobi Asobase, because I've already watched that, and that was a lot of fun. I wonder if there's going to be anything like the series. But now, with that all being said, as always, unless you're new here, links down in the description below will take you to the full-length uncut reaction. So go ahead and watch the reaction there, and then you can come back to YouTube for the discussion. The camera cut out. I don't know what's going on. Okay, there we go. I don't know what was up with that, but... yeah, so let's get into the first episode of The Daily Lives of High School Boys, although I don't technically think there is a "the" at the beginning of the title, so it's just Daily Lives of High School Boys instead of the whatever. We're getting started with it. So I get what somebody was mentioning in the additional comment section of the poll, that it's oh my god, this episode was hilarious. I absolutely loved it. But there really isn't much to talk about, is there? I basically said everything I wanted to say about this episode while watching the episode, but real quick, I already know that's Gintoki, but I need to know his name. Unless I'm not supposed to know it yet, but I'm still gonna look it up now. Daily Lives. There we go. And also look at some of the, oh my god, and like the front cover on Mal. It's the three of them on the riverbank with the girl. Is she gonna be a reoccurring character? Because she had zero fucking voice line. Tabata Hidenori. Yeah, Hidenori, that's right. We did learn that eventually, because in that last scene. Yep, Sugeta Tomokazu, then Kenichi Suzumura plays Yoshitake, and then Miyu Irono plays Tadakuni, who doesn't have a last name, interestingly enough. But I need to see who shares a voice with Yoshitake and Tadakuni, because I obviously know Hidenori's shared voices. But let me just see if there's anybody I recognize at all. Oh my god. Yoshitake Tanaka shares a voice with Sogo in Gintama. Oh my god. So we've got Gintoki and Sogo. Please. No! Tadakuni's voice actor doesn't voice any Gintama characters. That would have been so perfect. I'm so sad now. Let's see. But does he voice anybody else? Let me see. Doesn't seem like he voices anybody else that I notice. But what a great coincidence for Sogo and Gintoki to reunite in this way. I need to re-listen to Yoshitake's voice then, because I don't recognize it, or it doesn't remind me of a. Tadakuni shares a voice with Sugawara from Haikyuu. Oh, and Ritsu, Mob's younger brother in Mob Psycho 100. That's awesome. I love Mob Psycho 100. Looks like nothing else. Okay. but alright. Alright, so again, fantastic episode. It was genuinely one of the funniest things I've seen, just like ever. This is such a great episode. And if it gets better from here, oh. My favorite bit absolutely has to be Hidenori trying to figure out what to say in the situation, because it's so perfect. They were making fun of like rom-com tropes earlier, and so that's kind of what they were doing here, because Hidenori's appearance is the cool, calm, glasses guy, strong but silent type, it kind of reminds me of Nozaki, I think, from Nozaki, where he looks like he's gonna be real man of action sorts, really make the ladies swoon just by looking at them with his intense gaze or whatever, but his internal monologue just flies directly in the face of it. And it's literally the only reason is that it's because he thought it might be a good place to read when it's not. That was genuinely like, do I dare call it genius? Comedy gold, comedy genius. And I love, even though it wasn't finished and it wasn't supposed to be like that, the ending theme they went with just reprising lines from that part of the episode into a song was beautiful. Can't wait to see what the official ED is for the show. But let's see, anything else? Real quick, going back into the OP. I don't know who they're all supposed to be, but yeah, that girl right here. Right here in the opening. That's Tadakuni's sister. I thought maybe what they were going for was they were hiding their face and eventually they were going to dress up as girls and that would be the reveal, but not only did they dress up as, well, they not really, they started feminizing their friend, which by the way, I know for a fact from reading some things on the internet, I know exactly where this whole situation where they were trying to get Tadakuni to dress up in his sister's clothes would have went if the sister didn't come home. I've definitely seen a short clip of the girl walking in on them wearing girls' clothes, but I did not know the context. Also, great Fullmetal Alchemist reference. I almost get the feeling that either Hidenori was thinking about that for a lengthy amount of time. It could have been that he just came up with that because he didn't feel like leaving Tadakuni's house because he would be bored otherwise, or at least if he was bored at Tadakuni's house, he would be bored with his friends as opposed to being bored by himself, and he thinks that's like better, I guess. But it's almost like he'd been thinking about that for a long time, and now that he's getting kicked out, that's the best excuse he had to finally use that one. Just like, hey Tadakuni, you want to dress up as a girl? Look, I said it before, I'll say it again. I mean, Tadakuni looked pretty good in that. It's not gay if it's your homies, and it's not gay if it looks enough like a woman. I'm sorry. I'm gonna get into the next episode now. Oh my god. There is... Oh my god, ew. Okay, so first of all, they were right. if I remember to put this on screen, because the author of the manga, I guess, just decided to just take a real picture instead of like, because manga could take pictures of real scenes, as like references or like bases for their backgrounds in the manga in their manga, but this is just straight up the picture they took and they drew their characters over top of it. This cover looks so weird. Just because of that fact, but yeah, because there's a guy in the background of the volume cover. There's just a little man sitting on top of Yoshitake's head. That's so funny that they pointed that out in the anime. Is that it's not, is it? Let me check. Let me check. It doesn't look like it's there in the redrawing of it for the anime, which sucks because that's so funny. I would have loved if they kept that in. It looks like all of the volume covers is just characters drawn in over top of a real picture. Odd choice, but all right. Not gonna make any other comments about that. But this episode was another great one. My favorite part of this episode was probably the pamphlet about the 70-hour fasting, because I don't know what it was about that, but that whole scenario was just perfect. I'm surprised. I guess it's because he wanted to save face or whatever, but all he literally had to do was just say, I don't know, but you don't have to do it if you don't want to. But instead he went off with some stupid ass like, oh, in 1984, even though, what did they say? It was founded in 1989, I believe? So he was 5 years off? I don't know. I thought that... Because obviously, it was obvious... I mean, we knew from the start of his story he was bullshitting. And that was probably gonna be the punchline, is that he gets found out, but I don't know. I think just the way they went about that kind of a specific joke was really good. It's really funny. I also enjoyed when Yoshitake was holding on to the secrets of his friends who were stealing underwear from Tadakuni's younger sister, but eventually just realizing, nah, fuck those guys. I just took a massive kick to the chest for them. They're going under the bus. I don't give a shit. It just sucks they didn't get hit either. Because listen, all I'm saying is, if Yoshitake is willing to take a kick to the chest for those two, for Tadakuni and Hidenori, while covering up their own pervertedness, they should be willing to take a kick alongside them. Like, we ride together, we die together, man. It's as simple as that. They should have seen that coming, honestly. But I like how we're slowly introducing some more characters here and there while just like going about normal gags. Nago is interesting. It looks like they're working at a pizza place, but it looks like they have their same like school outfits on, except without the tie. But Nago is funny. She was interesting. I think. I like when she needed the mirror to make herself just generally look thinner, and then also changed up the way her face looked. That was pretty funny. But I said it before, I'll say it again. For some reason, she just looks unhappy all the time, so I just want to hug her. I want to give her a hug, make her feel better. Yeah. I think that's all I pretty much had to say about this episode. Less than I had to say about the last episode, for sure. But still, really enjoyable, great first 2 episodes to a series. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single upload in the future. That all being said, thank you very much for watching. Peace.